Hello, welcome to your next module in the Simple Sales Method. I'm so excited to bring this to you today. We are starting lead generation. I have to say that this is my favorite thing to talk about. Marketing is very fun and there's a lot involved with marketing, but lead generation is the part where we get to talk to people, and that's my favorite thing to do, is connecting with people and getting to know them and being able to help them. So with that said, let's get started. So with the first module in the lead engage or lead generation aspect of this program is all about engaging on social media. So this is going to be action packed as well, just like the last few modules. And we're going to go over certain things to do just to start growing your social media account with growing it with ideal clients, not just growing followers to grow followers and engagement to do engagement. We're going to make sure and we are going to grow it with the correct ideal clients. Now, I will say this, the caveat to all of this, and I will not show you this in here, is making sure you have ideal hashtags for your niche. This is something my agency does. We do hashtag research and giving you 90 hashtags for your account, researched and everything for you. So with that said, it would be too long to just go through and do that for everybody in this program. So I want you to just understand that having hashtags is important, especially you can go ahead and find them yourself. Also, too, just taking the time to research them yourself. So, I will give you an example of one of the hashtags that I currently use. And let me pull mine up. So, I'm going to just show you how you can find a hashtag that works for you. So this is one that I currently use, and it is a large one. So you want a mixture of big ones like this, medium ones like this, and small ones like this. And within your 30 hashtag group, you want a little bit of a range. So I use this one in my big group. And we are going to look at the top 9 posts. And if I see something in here that really has nothing to do with my business, I really don't care to follow this hashtag or be a part of it or use it on my posts. Now, if I click on, like, say this one, okay, this is pretty much what my ideal clients would probably be following. Just something about business here. So I'm going to keep it. It's the top post in this hashtag. Same thing goes here with staying hydrated, Boss Babe Corner, just a little fun saying for this year. And then the same thing goes with, this post. Sure, this is going to be something that my ideal clients will be following too. So again, if you see a hashtag that you are currently using and you go to the top 9 and you're like, wow, this has nothing to do with my business, it has nothing to do with health, it has nothing to do with what I'm doing, then we're not going to use it. And it does benefit you to follow these. So then these hashtags will also pop up in your feed and you can engage with them very easily if you're scrolling your news feed. So that is just a little introduction to how to find hashtags for yourself. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to start here. And what can we do each day to grow our accounts? The first thing that we can do is, of course, go here. So we're going to go to the hashtags. And we're going to go to all the hashtags that we're using. Typically, if you want to spend, say you want to spend 15 minutes a day doing this, that's about 10 hashtags. And so, of course, the more you do this, the more frequently you do this, the more you're going to grow, right? You're going to go faster the more that you engage, so the more time you spend. So I've been doing this a really long time, so I can engage in 10 different hashtags within 15 minutes, leaving comments on all 9, liking and commenting on all 9 posts. So that's going to be something that this is kind of like the easy way, something to be consistently doing. And this is for engagement purposes pretty much only. And so as you do this, you're going to have more followers. Your posts are going to be more active in the hashtags that you engage in. And you're going to have more followers that are also following those hashtags. So hopefully that makes sense. And that's why we do this. Now, I will say something like this, for me personally, I probably would not comment on. It's not really like my motto or my vision for my brand. So if there's ever a top 9 post in here that really doesn't resonate with what you're trying to do not engage with it. That's not something that you want to do. Just want to make sure that you're always engaging with people and things that you want to, you want to go ahead and engage with. So that's the first thing. So the next thing that I want to show you, so again, hashtags really great for engagement. Now I want to let's go to like a smaller hashtag. Hashtag business. Let's just do this one. This one's really small. So the next thing I want to do is as you're engaging on the top 9, right? So that was our first step. The next thing that you can do is now I clicked on this photo, it's in the top 9, and I want to go to this person's profile. And so I want to say, okay, well, she's definitely someone that I want to follow. This is definitely someone that is similar to what I do or in my same industry. And then what I'm going to do is I want to follow her. And then I want to go ahead and like some of these posts. And then I want to go ahead and comment on at least one of them. So that's another way to engage with people within the hashtags. And again, you don't necessarily have to always follow them. That's not something you have to follow all the time. But really what's nice is that you come here to engage on these posts, the more recent posts, and comment on one of them. So you don't have to follow everyone. I followed this person because I usually follow a few people a week. So you can follow them if you want. You don't have to follow everyone. You can comment and like on their posts. And then you can do this as you're engaging in the hashtags. So again, this is another engagement tactic to start getting people to follow you back. But also, this is going to be helpful if I'm engaging with her stuff. Then Instagram's gonna be like, okay, well, the people that like her stuff, let's start to make sure they're also seeing your things. And again, we want to just make sure that it's not just any old person, that we want to make sure that this person is similar to what we are doing in our businesses as well. So that is the second step to engaging on here. The next thing is going to be something along the lines of what we just did. So let me go ahead and I'm going to go to, this is one of my previous coaches. And she gets a lot of engagement. She has a lot of followers. And she gets a lot of comments. So I'm going to go to her thing here. I'm going to scroll down. And I want to actually start engaging with the people who are commenting. Because she's very similar to what I do, right? So this is someone that is a like profile. And I want to start engaging with her followers because those are possible prospects for me as well. So I'm going to right click and I'm just going to open up these profiles here. And you can do this, it's really great to know who is out there for you, who is like your competitor or someone that's similar to you. And then so I'm going to go, and I already follow this person, but I want to just, engage, and I want to comment. Okay. And I'm not going to do everything in here just to save time, but I want to go ahead and just show you that engaging on people's posts, where this is going to be something that you can do, making sure that you are engaging with people with like who are following your competitors as well. So this is actually a form of lead generation. So this is something where you can start to do lead generation. This is how you find your leads, right? Because if someone is following, I'm going to go to another one of my previous coaches. She has 70 comments on here, right? I can start engaging with all of these people because these are all people that follow her. And it's going to make sense that, if she's a business coach, I'm a business coach, I'm going to start, these are really great leads for me these are cold, right? These are not necessarily my leads yet, but these are really great people to start getting into my world. And then you can do that with anybody that that is kind of like, like you. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. So that is, that's starting to get into lead generation and engagement, right? Okay, so the next thing that I want to show you is now we're going to take lead generation up a little bit more within engagement, right? So now what happens when people follow me? Well, I would like to start a conversation with the people that follow me. So I'm going to pick this person. This person just followed me, and I want to message them. This is going to look a little bit different since I'm doing this on the computer. So I'm going to go to the messaging. I'm going to go here. And I always send this message out. Oh, she looks like she already followed me and has followed me again. So here's an example. So I'm not going to message her again. We just talked in September, but this is the message I send. Hey there, thank you for connecting. How are you? And we have this small little conversation. So that is the first step that you can do when people follow you. Very simple. You can start asking them questions. For instance, I, might have said something like, oh, I love your feed. Maybe I'm going to go to her stories and watch things. And maybe she has pictures of maybe her kids or her pets, and I'm going to message her about that. So that can be something that you message her about and just have a simple conversation. So that's something where then I would start tracking this conversation. So because this person followed me and we're engaging in a conversation, I'm going to put this into the lead tracker or my lead tracker, wherever you're keeping track of your conversations. I would put this person on there, and I would put it as for a week out following up. Meaning just a week out, I'm going to engage with her again. So I'm not going to necessarily engage with her every single day because she's not necessarily a lead just yet. But I want to make sure that I'm staying top of mind if she needs somebody that is just like me. So I'm going to, as far as when it comes to just regular plain old engaging, I'm going to just put a week out. So every week I'm going to go like some posts, maybe comment, maybe watch her stories and message her. I'm going to do a bunch of different things. Now, how that works and then how this becomes an actual really good lead is if I have to also have my marketing game really up, right? So I have to make sure that I'm posting things that I have for sale. I'm going to talk about value, all the things that are helping. And if I see then that person, come to me and she's going to sign up for my email list, or she's going to download something from me, or she's going to book a call or put an inquiry, then that's obviously a lead, right? So if she's going to start signing up for my email list, I want to make sure I'm going to continue to nurture her on a quicker basis. So maybe not so much once a week, but I want to make sure that I'm being top of mind again and nurturing that relationship. Now, so what happens when a lead becomes a lead, right? So that's our next step in this. So say, for instance, I'm going to go here back to her and say she has become a lead, right? So she has signed up for my email list, or she has inquired about services, and maybe I sent her a brochure. I'm going to make sure and follow up with her within 2 days. So I'm going to make sure, and either the email is going to go out, typically in an email welcome sequence, your emails are going out every couple days. So that could be considered a follow-up. But I want to make sure that she's going through a funnel, and I want to make sure I'm also touching base with her on social media. So I want to make sure that, again, I'm being top of mind, and I want to make sure I'm still nurturing that relationship. I want to make sure that maybe she's opening up my emails and seeing if she's engaging with the emails, if she maybe has messaged me or emailed me. But again, like this is starting to be a very good lead. This is at the very top of your funnel, thinking of, okay, well, she's interested in what I have to say. This is what's going to happen. So I want to make sure that I want to, guide her to that next step of my funnel. So the next step of my funnel would be, if she signed up for my email list, then the next step would be maybe to book a call, or maybe to download something low ticket, or book something with me low ticket. So I would make sure that you are building that relationship. Every person that, signs up for your email list, to make sure that you are, you don't necessarily have to closely follow every single person, especially if you have like 500 or 1,000 people. You want to make sure that you are really nurturing and really over giving and giving value to those people. So say, for instance, this person, like I said, becomes a lead, and this is going to be where she is going to, I'm going to follow up with her every couple of days. So I want to make sure that I'm engaging with her stuff every couple of days. And then if she really isn't being responsive, if she hasn't really gone and taken that next step, and it's been, about a month or so, and you can just kind of feel the vibe that she's just really not going to be interested in anything that we have anymore, or maybe she even unsubscribed and you've seen that, or maybe she just isn't being responsive and hasn't been posting a lot. So then I would kind of back up the follow-up. And I would say, okay, well, what about if we just follow up with her every 2 weeks? So I'm going to start still engaging with her. I don't want to lose sight of it yet. Maybe she's just busy, or maybe she's just going through something, but I want to wait kind of for 2 weeks. And then again, if we're still not seeing any kind of movement, then 2 months. And so I'm going to check on this lead one more time and just kind of say, okay, well, 2 months. And if I still see no really engagement, I'm not going to waste my energy on this anymore. And then that will just kind of be gone. Now, as far as somebody who is a really great lead and you have a really great relationship with them, I would encourage you to keep, the 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months as well. That could be something where someone told you, yes, I want to work with you. Yes, I want to know your prices. I want to jump on a call with you. And you can use the 2x2x2 method the same way. So you can follow, after 2 days after your call, you can say, thank you so much for having a call with me. I just wanted to follow up with you and see if you had any questions, especially if you haven't heard from them one way or another. And then I would then make sure and follow up after 2 weeks if they haven't seen anything or heard anything. And then I would follow up with them 2 months. And then after that, 6 months. So there's different little things, and again, you can kind of set up your own parameters, but that's kind of what I do. That's my rule of thumb. I don't ever count anyone out. I always want to keep that relationship going. I want to make sure and stay top of mind if their situation does change. That has happened. That's how I've signed clients many times over the years where people have come back after 3 months or 6 months or even 12 months, that they were ready to invest or ready to work with me. So I I just want to again let you know that 2 weeks or 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months is kind of the rule of thumb. You can kind of apply that to any situation. And then it really kind of is intuitive. So again, if you're feeling where you don't really want to follow up with this person, you think you might be annoying, just integrate that 2 2 2, because 2 weeks, 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months is not being annoying, and you want to make sure that this person is being followed up with. And if you feel that maybe after 2 months that you really aren't feeling like they're engaging with you, then by all means take them off your lead tracker list. So that is something that I utilize. So how I utilize this in ClickUp. Here is my Instagram funnel. And these are all the people who have, in the last 3 months, have said they're either interested, considering, and wanting to know more about my services, have converted, and then I have this as loyalty. So these are old clients or just peers that I want to make sure I'm always engaging on as well. So I've kind of set this up to look at my content, look at my Instagram, and as you can see, I do this with Facebook, my Facebook group, and email as well. So I do the same 5 categories. And this is going to be, okay, well, who's engaging on my content? This is what that list is. These are all people that have not moved further this way yet. So that means I have to build the relationship more with these people. Now, these people have shown interest in working with me, but either that they're on my email list, they signed up for a free course with me, but they have not asked me directly yet to work with me. So this is my consideration list. So the consideration is going to be that people have actually asked for my prices, that they have asked to work with me. They're just not ready to fully invest yet. So these are the people that I want to make sure and stay top of mind with for a very long time. So until they tell me a definitive yes or no. So a couple times a week, I'm engaging with their stuff. Now, loyalty and conversion is similar. So conversion is like your current clients, and then loyalty is going to be people that either you are currently working with or people that you have previously worked with, or people that are just your peers that that aren't really going to be your clients, that you still want to engage with and be part of their community and be a part of and engage with them. So I encourage you to set this up on your end, however that looks. I can give you this template. This is how I keep track of all the people that I am currently that are currently aware of my content and my services. Now we've talked about follow updates. We've talked about all these different things. I want to show you my engagement tracker. So this is an example of an engagement tracker that I have. And so we're going to have all the names here. The start date would be when I would send the first message. So whatever date that is. My last contact date will be the last time I either engaged or messaged them. Here, you're going to have a few different categories where you can either put warm lead, hot lead, follow-up, or prospect. Follow-up to me means that this person, I'm just engaging with them right now. You can say that warm lead is someone that has considered you, or has interest. And a hot lead would be that someone just asks for your prices and wants to book a call with you. So that is a hot lead. Prospect would be someone who's just aware and maybe is on your email list, maybe who is interested in what you have to say. And so we're going to put that as a prospect. And then again, we can downgrade these as well. So maybe the warm lead isn't ready to work with anyone just yet. Well, then I'm going to make them as a prospect. I'm going to make sure that I'm following up with them on a regular basis. You can, you can add in another follow-up date. So in some variations of this form, I previously have had a follow-up date. So you can add an extra column here and it'll, you can schedule a follow-up date with these people. For me, I kind of just do the math in my head. So if I say, okay, the last contact date was 2 weeks ago, I'm going to go ahead and do that. But it might be easier for you to just have the actual date here, and you can have another column with dates of your follow-up dates. So you can keep track of the 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months. Product notes, this is actually where people have come from. And so these are prospects maybe from email. This is someone that came from Facebook. So these are people where they're coming from, where my leads are coming from. This is not super complete, only because I wanted to use this as an example as to how I do this. I'm going to make this a little bit larger. So again, another thing too you can do in this template, so I have here what program they would be ideal for. So agency or one-on-one coaching. You can add and edit options in the template as well. So you can also put more notes here, and you can then, put the category of what thing they're good for. So you will be getting both of these templates, and I will go ahead and send these to you out, or send these out to you. And so if you do have ClickUp and you click on the link that I send over to you for the template, you'll be able to then load it into your ClickUp. And then you'll be able to use this and plug in your own information. It's going to be in this format. Again, you can totally customize things as well if you prefer having like a board. The board will be a little bit different, but table here is where I have pinned. I like to have kind of like what looks like an Excel spreadsheet. Another thing is this. So let me go to this and what I showed you earlier. This is the Instagram funnel. This is a board view. So you can see that it's board. If you want to make it into some sort of table, you can change the views here. It might just look a little bit different than, let me do list. So list will be, people are separated already by their categories. So this is what the list looks like. You can then see due dates here. You can assign your team or whoever to follow up with that person. But I like having board view so I can just move them across. Okay, so I hope this was very helpful for you. And I actually want to show you one more thing. Most of us in this program are Instagram based, but Facebook here, I want to show you a couple different things on here as well. So Facebook, very similar to Instagram, so I'm not going to go over the same features that are on Facebook. But I will say that with every friend request I have and I confirm, I do send a welcome message. That is the exact same welcome message I send on Instagram, and I engage with them, and I will plug them into my tracker. So once I add people to my friends list, then I will go ahead and add them and message them and add them. If they're not responsive within a week, I will then delete them from the tracker. I give them a week to respond. All right. So now I want to go to one thing that we can do to add more friends that are more of like our ideal client. So I'm going to go to this group here. And this group, the only reason why I'm going to this group because there's so many people in here and people are always posting these kinds of posts. So I'm going to find, let's see. Let's see. Okay, this is a good one. Who needs clients ASAP? I have a group where you can promote for free every single day. So the question is, who needs clients ASAP? Well, there's 480 comments here. I'm not going to go and request 480 people, but these types of posts, if you find something that is within your niche, go to the post and start adding these people. This person clearly needs clients. So I'm going to go ahead. You know what? I will say one thing. I make sure that they have like their actual business and we have some mutual friends and I can see their face. I don't just add every single person. So let me find someone I actually want to add. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to add this person because this person has their own business. There's a picture of her face. And let's see one more. You can, if you want to go one step further, you can also click on their profile. Okay, this is a really good one as well, so I'm going to add her. All right, so in Facebook and Facebook groups, this is a really great way to start building your Facebook friends list. Finding people in these are called ladder posts. Finding people that are saying, yes, I need help, like I need clients. Well, guess what? I solved that problem as well. So I want to make sure and connect with them so then they start seeing my stuff. So that's really only with Facebook engagement that I wanted to show you with building your friends list. And as far as groups are concerned, this is a group that I go into almost every day and I engage in here, but I also post in here. So if you're going to be utilizing a marketing Facebook group strategy, then and utilize Facebook groups to post in, you also want to make sure you're engaging in them. So you want to go ahead and something that I do is I will post and I'll spend 5 minutes in here going through the most recent posts, something that's very easy to do. You can go click on these and scroll through and you can like and comment on 5 posts. So once you post, it's just kind of like an easy thing to do. It's you can't schedule Facebook group posts. So that's the only kind of like annoying thing that you'll have to do if you want to do that strategy. But that's what we'll do when we do Facebook engagement. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. There was a lot of information in here as well. Making sure that you're tracking everything and being intentional is going to be the biggest help for you. Of course, as always, I'm here for you, and let me know if you have any questions.